So, guys, it just hit me that your video lesson for today is not on the Google Classroom because I forgot to make it. Yay me. I'm so sorry. So, I'm so sorry this is coming to you a little bit later in the day. And I hope you are not having any trouble working on your assignments this week. That is my prayer. But let's talk about Alexander the Great, the Hellenistic age. But first, before we can do that, we have to talk about the Macedonian conquest, all right, of Greece. So, Philip II of Macedonia loves Greece. He is a monarch. He is the king of Macedonia, which is to the north of Greece, so which is right here. And he understands that the Greek mainland is weakened due to the Peloponnesian War, due to Sparta and Athens going head to head, and Athens ultimately losing. So he's going to take advantage of this. He is going to go in and he's going to conquer all of Greece. His goal was to conquer all of Greece and then go and conquer the Persian Empire. However, in the midst of his conquering, a little important to note, Philip II enjoyed his alcohol. Philip II also enjoyed his many wives. He did practice polygamy in order to advance his kingdom, he believed. Had very diplomatic marriages. Okay, well, Philip II, King of Macedon, he married a woman from a neighboring kingdom. They had a son. His name was Alexander. He later in throughout history becomes known as Alexander the Great because of the large territory and the cultural contributions he made throughout society. But that is neither here nor there. So Philip says, okay, well, I've got this son. He's my heir. He takes him on military campaigns. He teaches him how to lead. You can tell that Alexander is like his prized possession, as a son should be, right? Or a daughter. Anyway, so people within Macedonia are like, he's not a full blood Macedonian heir. We kind of don't like that he's going to be our next ruler. You need to marry a Macedonian and have a heir. And so he marries some more people, and he is left with Alexander. Alexander gets really ticked off by this and is like, "Are you kidding me? You're kicking me to the curb. I've devoted my life to you, Dad." And his Alexander's mother gets really upset. So he exiles both of them for a time. And then Philip, realizing the error of his ways, brings his son back. Well, Philip II's daughter is getting married. All right. Well, the daughter and her new husband, or her boyfriend at the time, really offended one of Philip's bodyguards. And Philip didn't do anything to defend his bodyguard. He just kind of brushed it off, laughed it off, was like, whatever. Well, bodyguard didn't appreciate that too much. So at his daughter's wedding, he stabs Philip II, assassinates him. Of course, him and all of his co conspirators are put to death for killing the king of Macedonia, but that allows Alexander to come in and take over at the age of 20. This is a video by John Green on Alexander the Great and his many contributions and what makes a person great. That's what he really wanted to dive in and talk about. So, Alexander the Great became king at the age of 20. He's like, you know what? I'm going to do what daddy wanted to do. I'm going to go after Persia. I'm going to have the biggest empire the world has ever seen. So he does. He goes after Persia and he wins. Okay, the Greeks and the Macedonians band together to go against Persia because even as a child, Alexander was tutored or taught by Aristotle. So the love of Greece, he grew to love Greece, to love the culture of Greece. He is said to have slept with under his pillow on military campaigns a copy of the Iliad and his dagger, because he loved the honor, the virtue, the morality of the Iliad. And so he led an army of Macedonian and Greeks into the Persian Empire. They take it over. He wants to go into India. His army is homesick. They are tired. So he says, okay, we can turn back. On the way back, of course, he's still in the process of planning future military campaigns. But on the way back, he had drank too much alcohol. He was wounded, and then he gets a fever. And the fever kills him at the ripe age of 32. So even though he does pass away, he did extend Greek influences all throughout the Mediterranean world. All right. And those influences can still be seen today. What this era is known as the Hellenistic age because you have the imitation of Greek culture that goes not only from Greece and Macedonia, but all the way to the Indus River and down into Egypt. This Hellenistic age is the blending of these Middle Eastern cultures and Greek cultures that is going to spread through trade. You have your reading today on Alexander the Great that goes into further detail about this. I hope you've enjoyed the lesson. Again, I'm sorry it's late. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye, guys.